Hey guys, Rick here with Life of a Punter. Sunday features a juicy game in Bundesliga with Schalke hosting Dortmund, second versus third place, separated by only 1 point. So it's going to be a really good game on Sunday. And I want to show you the stats as to how we come up with, or why we think both teams' score is going to hit on Sunday. And first, by looking at head-to-head stats over the last 5 seasons at Schalke, both teams' score has hit each and every single time. It's a 100% stat. And average match goal is 3.2 goals per game, and typically goals in 60% of the time, so not too high. But yeah, so I really like the fact that both teams' score has hit each and every single time over the past 5 seasons. Here you can see the score lines for this fixture. And so yeah, so I really like that. But you can't only solely focus on head-to-head stats. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to see how these two teams have been playing so far this season to see if both of these teams are good for goals. So what I'm looking at here is how has Schalke played at home so far this season in Bundesliga. And they've played 14 matches so far at home, and they've scored in 93% of games at home, so all but one game. So Schalke is looking very good for a goal, especially at home. And first half goals over 0.5 does go up to 93% as well. Looks like Schalke at home do a very good job of scoring in the first half. This conceded rate's not too high at 64%, but in looking at the historical score lines for this season, the only game that they didn't score at home was against Bayern back in September, where they lost 3-0. So Schalke is definitely looking good for a goal. Now I'm just going to take a look at Dortmund. What I'm looking at here is how has Dortmund played away from home this season in Bundesliga. And they've played 14 games, and they've scored in 86% of those games. So still a very high stat, which I really do like. First half goals over 0.5, still good at 79%. And again, the concede rate's not too high at 64% away from home this season. So there's one last parameter that I'm just going to double check to see if the stats are consistent, and that is against Group 1 sides. Both of these teams are Group 1 sides since they are sitting in second and third place respectively. So what I'm reading here is how has Dortmund played away from home over the last 3 seasons against Group 1 sides. It's been 7 games, and they've scored in 86% of games, and they've also conceded in 86% of games. So both teams' score has hit in 86% of these games as well. First half goals over 0.5 is high at 86%. So a little bit of mixed stats there for first half goals over 0.5, but we've seen in all these parameters that both of these teams look good for goals. And then lastly, what I'm going to check, one thing to note here, the only time that both teams' score didn't hit was back in 2015 against Leverkusen. It was a 0-0 draw. Okay, so last one that I'm going to check here is Schalke at home to Group 1 sides. And they have played 9 matches at home to Group 1 sides, and they've done a good job of scoring. So anything with the green arrow means that it's a good stat and should be followed. So they've scored in 78%, and they've also conceded in 89%. And first half goals over 0.5 does go down to 67%. So mixed stats there for first half goals over 0.5, but there are plenty of stats there that suggest that both of these teams are going to score in this fixture. So having a look at the odds for this match, the bookies don't really have too much of a favorite here. Schalke to win 2.55, Dortmund to win 2.7. So bookies are thinking this is pretty much an even matchup. But what I do like is both teams to score at 1.66. So for those of you who do want to take that bet, you can do so at 1.66 odds. What we're going to do in this match is I feel that we can make this bet in play and wait for the odds to go up a little bit. So that's exactly what we're going to do, especially the fact that we saw very mixed stats for first half goals over 0.5. So we're going to take this bet in play at 2.0 odds. And I feel that can get there between the 10th and 15th minute. So yeah, so we are going to make that bet in play and announce it on our free Telegram channel, which I'm going to post a link to that in the comment section below, which is t.me/thepunterlife. where we're going to talk about this bet and many more bets that we're going to make this weekend. So feel free to join us on our free Telegram channel, and I'll see you there. So best of luck this weekend, and thanks for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.